Today I will be speaking about the concept of wholesaling real estate. Si estás interesado en vender casas en la manera de wholesaling real estate, tengo otro video en español explicando el proceso en cómo vender estas casas. So today I'll be explaining to you guys the easy concept of wholesaling real estate for beginners. Wholesaling real estate is finding distressed properties with motivated sellers that are wanting to get rid of the real estate, and you as the wholesaler gets those properties under contract and you're selling those contracts to cash buyers in your city or across the United States. All right, so I'll be using this whiteboard to explain to you guys the easy concept of wholesaling real estate. So we have three people here. You have letter A is the seller. Letter B is the wholesaler, which is yourself. Wholesaler. This is you. Don't forget that. This is you. This is why we're here. And then C is the cash buyer. C is cash buyer. All right. So this seller has a property, and this property is vacant. This property is put on a pre-foreclosure list, or this seller just doesn't want to deal with it anymore. All right. So this property, the seller wants about $90,000 for the property. So you as the wholesaler, you contact the seller and say, hey, Mr. Seller, you know what? I'll offer you $75,000 for this property. You use your negotiating skills. You use your people skills to negotiate that price, and you get it for $75,000. Okay? So now you write a purchase and sell contract. Purchase and sell contract. You don't need to put any of your money in this. You don't got to run your credit. You don't need your license for this. You don't need no license for this. All right? So you grab this contract. In this contract states that you now have the rights to this property. Now that you have the rights to this property, you can go ahead and sell this contract. Now, what you want to do is find a cash buyer so you can sell this contract for $10,000 or more to a cash buyer. So what you want to do is find a cash buyer and you sell this house for $85,000. Okay? So you make another contract called an assignment contract. Assignment contract right here, going to the cash buyer. All right. Now, this is easier said than done. First, the whole process of understanding the concept of wholesaling is simple. You find a seller, you get the property under contract, now you want to sell the contract to a cash buyer. Okay? And I'll tell you why you can find these houses. Around your neighborhood, you'll find vacant properties that people do not cut the grass, properties that have their mailbox full of mail, properties that are just ugly, beat up, torn, with the windows broken into, just straight up ugly and distressed. Okay? Now, you can also find properties that are put on pre-foreclosure list, and this pre-foreclosure list is stating that this seller is not paying this house anymore. Okay? So they get put in a situation where they just either can't afford it, somebody died, some reason behind it, right? There's this whole COVID situation happen and people lose their jobs, so they just can't afford properties anymore. So you as a wholesaler are now providing value to the seller. And I'll tell you how you're providing value to the seller, all right? So you put the seller in a situation of, you have two choices, Mr. Seller. You either go get the property taken away from you from the bank and receive no money, or me as the wholesaler is going to give you a $75,000 cash amount, but you are not giving him that money. You are finding a cash buyer that will pay $85,000, all right, to you, but the $10,000 you will receive and the seller will receive their $75,000, all right? So that's how you provide value to the seller. And now, how are you providing value to a cash buyer? There's cash buyers all over your neighborhood, all over your city, all over the United States. There's people just playing like they're in a casino, right? They're just throwing money into real estate. Because tell me, who wants to get into real estate? Everybody, right? Everybody wants to get into real estate. Everybody wants to have rental properties. Everybody knows once you have 10, 15, 20 properties, you will be financially free, right? So this is where the cash buyers come into play. And this is why you're so valuable as an individual, because you're providing these cash buyers with properties at a discounted price. You're providing these cash buyers with properties that go as low as 15, 20, 30, all the way to any amount that you want. All right? So that's how you're providing value to a cash buyer. Okay? So all of this is pretty simple, but there's minor things that you need to know, details you need to understand that will make you a successful wholesaler. Okay? Things like negotiating skills, your speaking skills, your communication skills, and just overall understanding the concept of being honest with people. All right? You shoot a seller straight. Hey, you know what? I know you're in a pretty rough situation if you're put on pre-foreclosure, but I'm here to help you out. I'm here to assist you. You got to understand that there's different ways to communicate with individuals. Person A will take things differently than person D. I'm an aggressive individual. I speak really loud. Person A will take things different than person D. They'll probably think I'm insulting them by the way that I speak, the way that I'm really energetic and really loud, versus person D. Person D is ready to give me the same energy, the same speech. That's really important here when you're wholesaling real estate. Okay? So overall, there's properties in your city. There's properties that need to be wholesaled. There's sellers everywhere. There's cash buyers everywhere. And also, there's wholesalers everywhere in your city. And it's really important to connect with those wholesalers once you're getting started. Why? Because the wholesalers in your city can really help you out, right? Some will help you out and some will not. That's just the honest truth, because at the end of the day, this is your business, right? So when you're giving another wholesaler information, they look at it as competition, right? And you'll slowly start to understand that. A lot of people won't tell you that, but you'll slowly start to understand that this is a competition here, right? Wholesaling houses is who's going to get the house first? Who's going to wholesale the house? Who's going to put it under contract first? And who's going to give it to a cash buyer first? All right? So there's different things in wholesaling that you can understand, but there's other things that you just have to do by yourself, okay? And this is where your discipline comes in. Nobody can teach you how to wake up every morning and cold call people. Nobody can teach you that. Hey, you can watch all these videos on YouTube, on TikTok, how to wholesale, but nobody will teach you how to take action. You have to take action for yourself. You have to pick up the phone and call people every single day. The ratio that I was taught was out of 500 individuals that you contact, you're going to get one deal. All right? So you do the math. You tell me how many cold calls you're doing every single day. I'm here to assist you with the process of wholesaling real estate. Si eres hispano y quieres un video en español, tengo otro video que voy a subir sobre el proceso de wholesaling real estate. Thank you guys for coming here, watching my video. I'm here to assist you with any questions that you have regarding wholesaling real estate. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, TikTok at Raul Holgan with 2 eyes. And please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I appreciate your guys' time. And I can't wait till you guys get your first deal and wholesale these houses. You guys have a good one.